unplug it. Unplug the green connections, there's 2 of them, and slide these bars over. This is the slide rule. Slider. Back and forth. Make sure it's open where you can feel that rubber grommet right there. Slide rule, slide bar, slide something like that. Ready? I'm ready. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is pick up the mechanism and slide the bars where the mechanism goes. I think it'll surprise you. Okay, you slid the bar over and then you set these rubber things right on the bar. So now this thing is elevated by about 1 inch. Once your mechanism is raised and the rubber grommets are sitting on the rails, it'll look like this. You're going to have about a 1 inch here, and then you're going to have a gap between this spindle and this spindle thing here. And these shafts should still be in the spindle. Okay. You got to pull these little plastic black things off. Be real gentle, because you can scrape them up or even break them. And you'll see these little bolts right behind. You're going to have to do it on all 3 sides, and there's 4 bolts that we have to expose. Okay, 1/2 inch deep socket. Remove the bolts. Okay, got 4 bolts out. Pull the arm out a little bit, and then lift it. It slides right off of there. Okay, repeat this process till all 3 arms are gone. Okay, this is what it's going to look like with all the arms off of it. Spindle only. Still got your gap up here. This thing is still raised 1 inch. All you do, take this part here and just raise it up. And then this spindle should come right out. And this thing will just hop right out. We'll do that again, just get closer, or you think we're good? Okay, next thing to do, this whole mechanism lifts up and out. I'll lift up this one side a little bit more, push it back a hair, and this side will slide right out. There you go. This is the piece that is replaced. When you pull the new one out of the box, verify that the pawls are in place. Verify that these solenoids are in place. Make sure they all have pins in them. Next thing, feed this one through first. Went a little bit farther than it needed to. And set your rubber grommets back on the slide rail. Spindle back in. Make note on top that you have these little holes. That's where those pins go into. First things first, put the bottom in. It fits right on top of that little plate. Then we lift this top. This will slide right in. Just like such. Okay, arms in next. You've got 2 posts at the bottom and 2 posts at the top. You want to make sure that the bottom of this arm goes onto the bottom 2 posts. and then put the screws in. If for some reason the little nuts have moved, you may want to get your little pencil or screwdriver or something just to move it one way or another. Don't tighten them down all the way until you got all three of them in. Got the arms back on. We do not have them tight yet. Okay, all 4 bolts are in, but they're not tight. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to lift this mechanism, slide the rails out of the way, and then lower the mechanism back down onto the spindle. Okay, it's clear. Okay, once we get it on, we're going to lower this top part all the way to the top of the spindle as far as it'll go. Now you're ready to tighten.
And lock it back.
Lock those rails back.
We're done.
Okay. Got everything in place. Now we're going to tighten up the bolts. Okay. Next thing, make sure you plug in both of the green connectors. One on this side and one on the other side. Now we're ready to plug it in. Power it back up. Make sure that this spindle is close to this top of this thing. Make sure your mechanism is flush, and you're good to go. Okay, last things, these go in with the rubber mallet. Put one side in, tap it in gently.